Hello you beautiful peeps, my name's John, welcome to my channel. Today we have the WL Toys 124017, and why is this special? It's brushless, ladies and gentlemen. Let me quickly get into what was in the box. Instructions, charger, wheel nut remover, car, controller. Now, there's a couple of things that I need to get out of the way right off the bat, and that is differentials and grease. WL Toys, you are embarrassing yourselves right now. What company cannot put the tiny little amount of grease in the differentials to ensure that people can just run their cars out of the box? Your product says ready to run. It's not. You're lying. Can you please put some grease in the diffs and stop the madness? Secondly, there are so many channels that have shown a way of improving your steering, obviously with the bearing here and here, which improves it 100%. It's not going to cost you that much. I think the bearings are 20 cents each. Please, for the love of God, just do it. It will make your products look better. That's good for you. And the one that is the biggest problem, I didn't notice this so much on my video on the Eachine EAT14. But let me just show you this, and I will explain. I will accelerate fully. See that delay? See that? And then it takes off. This is because they have messed up the gearing. Where have we seen it before? On this car, the Eachine EAT14. But you're asking yourselves, but that's a different brand. It may well be. But it's being built by WL Toys. This has been confirmed by a video from their factory. And if you notice, there's a few things here that are similar. Motors are similar. The servo and the pack on top, very similar. ESCs, very similar. And the little switches, of course, very similar. They're identical, even to the point of, this is the little pad that fell off the Eachine EAT14, and it's identical. So, we know that WL Toys have built this, and when I was making the video for this, I noticed there was a delay, but it wasn't bothering me. It truly wasn't. It didn't take away from the enjoyment of this car, so it's not going to take away the enjoyment of any of these cars. The only issue is, if you're apparently driving through grass, this will struggle, therefore this one will struggle. So avoid the grass or start off off the grass and go into the grass, because once it's going, nothing will stop it. It's like a little bullet. So let's get rid of that one. That is done. So I'm not happy. A lot of people aren't happy, but as I said, this cogging, I think it's called, it doesn't concern me whatsoever. The car itself is basically just the brushless version of the 124019. Obviously mine's slightly modified. So there's nothing here. They haven't added like anything like anti-roll bars or sway bars or anything like that. It is just bog standard with the brushless system in it. Now, this car's a little bit heavier and a little bit longer, so it'll be interesting to see how this handles on the gravel. So I think the very next thing that we should do is get out to the gravel. Hello everybody, welcome back. What do you think of the footage? Did you think it was handling quite well? Did you think it was going quite fast? I gotta say, this is not a trend that's gonna go down well with WO Toys, I'm afraid. They're expecting you to pay more money for a brushless, basically and essentially a brushless 124019 that goes slower than the original brushed version. Everything else is identical. Your electronics, you've got a 3-wire servo, 5-wire servo, a separate ESC and receiver where this one has the joint. So okay, so your electronics are slightly different, but mechanically they're pretty much identical, but they're expecting you to pay more for a slower car. Oh, and let's not forget that juddering problem on acceleration. I don't get it. I don't get it. I don't get what's going on. Everybody has been waiting for a brushed version of either the 144001 or the 124019, and we get a slower version with problems, with issues. So I think you know where I'm heading here. No, I can't recommend it because it makes absolutely no sense. Why not just buy this one? And if you want a brushless system in it, then take the money that you saved on that and put it towards a brushless system that you won't have the issues with that this one has. That stuttering on a couple of points became very noticeable with this one. Not so much with the Eachine EAT14, but there that one and the Eachine are using the same electronics as I mentioned to you earlier. It just makes absolutely no sense what WR Toys are thinking right now. And just because you're going to be putting on your advertisement that this goes at 60 and that goes at 70 to 75, it doesn't mean we're just going to take your word for it. There are people called YouTubers who actually test these things out, and shock horror, it's slower than this one. This one I've hit 59. Yep, hit 59 with this one. This one I hit, what was it, 57, 58? And this is brushed. Sorry, brushless. This one's brushed. I don't get it. The only saving grace for this one will be is if it can handle a 3S battery. And yes, I have a 3S battery, and I've not tested it because obviously if it's going to blow up and catch fire, I like to do it on camera. I'm looking around for my fire extinguisher. It's in with the batteries, so that's fair enough. Okay. Yeah, I'm a bit nervous, I've got to be honest with you, because, you know, things aren't really going very well for WL Toys right now. But I don't want you guys to buy this and then try a 3S and it blows up. I'd rather that I did that. Doesn't really fit, but we're not really going to be driving it right now, are we? Okay, now I will turn the controller on, just in case it goes blasting off somewhere. Are we ready, ladies and gents? Are we ready for Big Bang? Is that on or off? Oh well, I will check. It was on. Right, here we go. Let's find out. 3S on. Oh look. Right, I'm going to go full acceleration and see if we have that cogging problem. Still a little bit, but nowhere near as much as what it was before. WL Toys, can I ask you a question? Did you put the wrong battery in this? Is that what's happened here? Because even the Eachine EAT14 had a 2800 mAh battery. This one's only got the 2200 mAh for a brushless system. So did you mean to put a 3S in there? Because that would explain all of these issues, surely. So, before you go throwing your 3S into this car and into the Eachine, then let me go out and test it, and I'll obviously write in the description below if it blew up or not, because I don't want you guys to ruin your equipment. I have a spare ESC because, you know, it's sharing the same as the EAT14, so please don't do that. Don't do it under my recommendation from what just happened here, because testing it here isn't the same as getting it outside and actually running it so it gets up to temperature, and obviously the motor and the ESC needs to pull the whole weight of the car that it obviously wasn't doing now, so please do not do that. I'm not recommending that, but it's good to see that it didn't blow up. And it'll be interesting to see if we can get to that 70 on the 3S. I'm obviously going to have to test this tomorrow now, aren't I? Oh man, what a hard job I've got. And talking about hard jobs, please hit that like button, subscribe to the channel. I'll catch you next time. Take care. Bye bye.